And it's 8:45 a.m. on your Saturday morning. Time for Dollars and Cents with the finance guru, the CPA extraordinaire, national media sensation, Dan Geltrude. Dan, good morning.
Good morning, King.
I wish that I hit the lottery. I didn't, so I showed up for work this morning. But there was a single winner this past week in the second largest Powerball lottery ever. The prize was nearly $760 million. If you're lucky enough to win such a prize, Guru, should you take the cash value or the annuity where the payments are spread out? And is there any tax saving strategy for winning such a huge payout in the lottery?
Besides you and I, King, this person that won this past week is the ideal winner, right? She's a hospital worker, mother of two. She's was widowed, I believe, about a year or two ago, and she wins $480 million net. I mean, what a great story, and what a great advertisement for the Powerball to say, talk about making dreams come true. So I really think that that was a great thing. Now, as far as your questions go here, I think when people are obviously lucky enough to win the lottery, their attitude is, I've won the Powerball, now give me all my money. And I think that's how we all might feel initially, but that may or may not be the right move financially, and certainly we have to take taxes into account, because when you have a winner of any lottery, but particularly a lottery of this size, old Uncle Sam is going to show up for his cut of the prize, and in this case, it's going to really be a big cut. So let's talk about, first, the tax situation here. So when you win that kind of money, no matter how you look at it, whether you were to take the money in a lump sum or take it over the annuity period, which is 30 payments over 29 years, no matter what method you choose, you are going to be in the highest tax bracket. So no matter what, there's not all that much you can do given the current tax code as far as lessening those taxes. However, let's talk about a hypothetical. Let's say that the Trump tax proposals go through, and let's even say that they're effective going back to January of 2017. So right off the bat, at the top level, right now the rate is 39.6%. Donald Trump is talking about lowering that to 35%. So right off the bat, you get a 5% savings. Now, when you're talking about almost $500 million net, 5% becomes a really huge number to get a benefit of. So, but there's something even more interesting here. Now, the lottery does not permit a corporation to be the winner of a lottery. However, an LLC can be, and here's where it gets interesting. Remember, in the Trump tax proposal, they're talking about pass-through entities like LLCs being taxed at only 15%. So how about this? You have the winnings go through an LLC, and now they pass through to the winner at 15%. Now we're talking about an enormous tax savings, from potentially where we are now at nearly 40%, and with tax reform going down to 15%. Now you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars net. Now, that's a big tax loophole that's sitting out there right now. Don't know if they're going to close it. Don't know if they'll make exceptions related to the lottery or Powerball. A lot of things can happen. But when you talk about the potential to save some money, buying a lottery ticket through an LLC, and by the way, an LLC is also a great vehicle to do this because you have an agreement amongst all the people that are owners of the LLC so that the winnings of the lottery pass through to each of the owners of the LLC in the amount which you have set up. So legally, I think it gives you a little bit better coverage, but you could have some enormous tax savings there. Now, as far as how should you take your payment, as I said, from a tax standpoint, perhaps no different because you're in the highest tax bracket. But there is a strategy here because you have to look at, and the person who wins has to recognize their financial savvy or lack thereof and say, maybe it's not the best thing that I get $500 million up front. And obviously you get more money if you do it over the annuity period. This way, if you really go crazy spending your money, you know you're going to have another significant lump sum payment coming next year and the following year over a 29-year period. So it is somewhat of a way to kind of hold yourself in from going crazy with such an enormous amount of money. Obviously, if it were me, I would take all the money up front because I feel comfortable that I would know what to do with the funds. But I think there's a lot of people out there that would really have to think twice and say, maybe it's better that I know that I just have an income stream for the next 30 years.
Well, to let you know, I did win $2 off the Powerball, so I do not need the financial advice just given.
Are you going to do that over the annuity period, King, or lump sum?
Lump sum always. I want the money now. So, but yeah, I bought a couple of candy bars, so the $2 is gone.